Alice Thymefield has now arrived in Zenless 0, and she's cracked the base kit, but if you want to invest deeper into her, like what's the best course of action? Hello everybody, my name is Hako and welcome into the channel. Alice is Alice is finally here. I have to do this because I haven't pulled her yet. Alice is finally in the game, and let's talk about like investment-wise, if you want to strengthen up your Alice, what's the best course of action to do just that? So in this video, I'll talk about the Mindscapes and I'll also talk about her engine. I've tried out Alice at like all investment levels on the creator servers, and there are some shocking revelations. So, the first stop, if you want to power up your Alice, should be her engine. This is an insanely good engine, and it is even better on Alice. It gives 60 anomaly mastery, it also gives you 40% extra physical damage bonus, and it gives you 30% attack. Now, why this is extra good on Alice is that she converts anomaly mastery into anomaly proficiency at a 1.6 rate. Which means that a hidden like stat that this gives just for Alice is also 96 anomaly proficiency. And this is like a 35% increase to any available A-rank engines, so Weeping Gemini, etc. And about a 25 to 30% increase from Jane's signature on Alice. After that, let's talk some Mindscapes.
Bear witness to the noble principles of the Thymefield family.
Alice has some very good Mindscapes. She also has some of the worst Mindscapes I've ever seen. But it's not the first ones. Her M1 is quite a decent one. It's actually really good. When Alice triggers a polarized assault, she gains 25 blade etiquette, which is her own special resource. When she triggers assault against an enemy, the target's defense is reduced by 20% for 30 seconds. This is a very good one. Like any Mindscape that helps your character like cycle their bread and butter faster is a good Mindscape. And so is this one. And with her M1, I saw an overall performance of around 15% increase. Now, for M2, this is the big one, like no matter which team you're planning to run Alice in. When Ultimate Starfall Finale's finishing move hits an enemy, it triggers Polarized Assault. So, Polarized Assault is what Alice causes when she does her Star Shine Waltz, which is her whole basic attack that costs like her entire bar. Now that also happens with her ultimate, and this one is the important one if you're running like a mono physical team with Jane, for example. It increases all squad members' assault damage by 15% and disorder damage against enemies suffering from physical anomaly by 15%. And Alice also gets 1000 decibels when she loads into combat. And Alice in like a normal team sees a 30% increase in power from this one. If you, however, are running her together with an M2 Jane though, so you run like a mono physical team, you can expect so crazy numbers like this is the value of an M6 in that specific team. And in that team, we're more in the 60% increase in power territory. Very freaking good. Now, M2 is the really good stopping point, and I mean that because anything past is kinda very extremely lackluster. Her M4 isn't bad per se, it just, like I said, is a little bit lackluster. A little bit of ignore of resistance and a little bit more build up on enhanced basic attack. In my testing, I barely noticed the difference. In my own testing, I barely noticed this difference. And when it comes to M6, sadly, this is what I would call the worst M6 in the entire game. After Alice has used her fully charged up Starshine Waltz, she will enter into the victory state for 30 seconds. During that time, whenever any squad member lands a hit on a target, Alice will follow up with an extra attack against the target, dealing physical damage equal to 3300% of her anomaly proficiency. This effect can trigger once every 1 second and is guaranteed to crit. This effect can trigger up to 6 times. This might sound really good, but it really isn't. This is barely noticeable, and honestly, if this was an M1, I would feel cheated. This one is incredibly bad, and I'm not quite sure why. I think it might be a remnant from, you know, when she used to be a crit-based anomaly agent, and they just didn't fix it or something. A well-built and decked out Alice you can expect to have around 500 anomaly proficiency in combat, and 500 times, 33, it becomes 16,500, which in the grand scheme of things is absolutely nothing. Like, this might be a fifth of what her dot is ticking every 0.95 seconds. My very firm recommendation would be stay away from the M6, and if you want to like power up Alice, past her M2, Like, it would be better to, like, power up her engine instead. Like,
Bear
if you
witness to
adamantly
the
want
noble
her to be
principles
stronger,
of the Time
after
Field
M2,
family.
more copies of the engine is, like, the smarter option if you are just looking to, like, make her as strong as possible. And me, personally, I'm going for M2 Alice plus her engine. I've been super excited about Alice ever since we first saw her in that very first trailer, and I feel like I was the only creator that was, and I've had so much goddamn fun with Alice, and I'm so glad that she's finally here. So everybody, let me know down in the comments, how deep are you going into Alice? And best of luck in your pulls, and as always, thank you so fucking much for watching. Until next time, have a big hug, and Hako out.
So you choose my charm.